Logan Paul went 8 rounds with the greatest boxer that's ever lived.
Dude, I mean, like, there was no, because there's like, many people, and I think Logan Paul is aware of this, we're looking forward to the satisfaction of watching Logan Paul being knocked out by a great boxer. There was a sense of like, we are going to see the hand of justice in the world. You can't just decide you're going to fight the greatest boxer that ever lived and come out of that unscathed. You're dead. We were watching it the way people used to watch gladiator things where they would put the fucking short-faced bear out and like let the gladiator fight it. You know what's going to happen. The bear's going to eat the fucking gladiator.
But not in this case.
In this case, it didn't happen.
But here's my, I wrote an Instagram post about it today because I was genuinely, all day I was thinking before I got here, when I was at the gym, I was working out, and I was like, there's something about that's really intriguing to me. Like, what is it?
Yeah.
And I tried to figure out what it was. Like, what about the novelty of the moment? Like, we were you, me, Tom Segura, Tony Hinchcliffe, Ron White, and Curtis Nelson. We're all sitting in my house.
Yeah.
We couldn't wait. The thing is about to happen. We were all like, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this is happening. We're all looking at them across the ring from each other. Jake Paul's like 3 feet taller than him. Like, this is bananas. This is so wild. And he survived.
But sitting next, I don't watch boxing a lot. So it's cool to be sitting next to you and you're like, oh, look, he's like trying to drain him. Or, oh, look, he fucked up because in the very beginning he expended too much energy. These are things I don't even know.
Yeah.
So that's all. It just added a dimension to it that was interesting.
Well, I was trying to break it down technically. I'm like, there's some interesting things that are happening here. Like, first of all, Floyd is consistently putting pressure on him and moving and putting pressure on him and moving, putting pressure on him. And after the 3rd and 4th round, everything comes out a little slower. So he has to be more measured. So what Floyd is doing is consistently engaging with him and then pulling out. And consistently engaging and making him swing and miss and swing and miss. It's brilliant. For people that got mad at it, I get it. It's not Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather 5 years ago. But what it is one of the best boxers of all time making $100 million fighting a guy who's 3 feet taller than him and 35 pounds heavier than him who can't win.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Dude, that fight was amazing. And there's a lot of amazing things. First of all, Floyd's amazing. The fact that Floyd has the balls at 44 years old to decide, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and fight some dude who's 35 pounds heavier than me
crazy.
and 26 years old. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then the fact that he could put it on a guy like Logan Paul. And here's another one. The fact that Logan Paul went all 8 rounds, that's astounding. You have no idea how tired you would be if you were boxing with the greatest boxer that's ever lived. I mean, maybe he's not the greatest because that's subjective. But in my opinion, he's the greatest. The reason why he's the greatest, in my opinion, is he's only been hit hard and hurt 3 times his whole fucking career. There's no one that can say that. The art of boxing has always been hit and not get hit. And in my mind, no one's ever done that better than Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
Now, here he is in his 40s. He's made hundreds of millions of dollars fighting people who have really no chance of beating him.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy, man.
It's amazing. Dude.
There's the controversy of the day.
People think he got knocked out.
That he got knocked out and he's being held up right here.
People are so silly.
Dude, what if
you don't understand? They don't understand shit about getting hit in the head. These are the same dummies. He's just hanging on, man. He went for an overhook. You guys have no idea. This position right here, high elbow, going in for an overhook. If he was wrestling, he would go back the other way and throw him on his back. This is a normal thing for a wrestler. Logan was a wrestler. In fact, ready for this? See how he's got that high overhook on the left-hand side? Watch how this happens again. This is what happens when a bunch of people comment on fights that don't know shit. You see that high overhook? Watch one more time. So he hits him, and now look at Logan's right arm. Watch what happens. Or excuse me, left arm. See what happens? He's in control. He's holding on to him.
Right.
He's a wrestler.
He's not going limp.
My friend Guy Sacco, who runs Defense Soap, that's his company. He owns that company that I rave about all the time. He told me today that Logan Paul was one of his wrestlers in the 1990s. And he said he was really fucking good. He says really talented kid. There's a video of him wrestling with Paulo Costa, who is a UFC, a UFC middleweight contender, like a beast of a guy.
Yeah.
And Logan fucking scrambles on this guy, and like he looks really good. Like he can fucking wrestle. So when you see that. He's not knocked out, you knuckleheads. You stop talking about fighting. He's holding on, and he's protecting himself, and he's controlling Floyd, and he's pushing his head to Floyd's chest.